I think Lumi wants to get to the windowsill and see it.
Hey Zach, I'm just coloring a little bit while we watch Loomy. We had a little bit of a crisis earlier downstairs with some rats and the dog. The dog knocked the cage down. The cage was wide open, and all rats were okay and accounted for except for one. Then we located her, and she's okay, and she's back in the cage. I'm doing all right. I've been dealing with nerve pain this week, so that's been rough. Was having been back to work and stuff makes working really tough when all I want to do is like sit down and whine about how much pain I'm in and I can't do it. But I've had to stop what I was doing at work and breathe through some of it and then move on. This stuff still has to get done. I was on a little bit earlier today, and I think I was on for about an hour before I got off because of the crisis downstairs. We needed to make sure that we could locate the rat safe and sound, which we did, so whew. Now I'm just kind of chilling a little bit. Ate breakfast already, and I'll leave shortly to go to have some lunch and then go to work. Oh, you did have shingles? Oh my goodness. It is awful stuff. So yeah, the rash and stuff is much better. It's fading. I mean, I can still see where the rash was. I do have some scarring, but yeah, pain is still very much present. Bought some lidocaine spray yesterday to see if that'll help me at all. It sprays on dry and not non-sticky and non-smelly. See if that helps me. My eyes corrected it. I didn't even notice. So it's been an exciting morning trying to track down a rat, a blind rat at that. So she was scared and, whatever, didn't know where she was. Find a place to hide, and We're like, how are we going to find her? But we found her. Luckily, when I was talking to her and she finally got a sniff of my hand, she didn't run off because she knows who I am. I'm a safe place. Remy. Looks like, oh, there he is. Peekaboo. I was just going to say Lumi was missing. I think it's bugging him that he can see the windowsill, and he wants to be up on the windowsill, but he can't get to it. Welcome, or yeah, welcome, Mr. J. I'm just chilling a little bit before I gotta go to work. Doing some color by number, watching Loomy the Beardy and his tank. Trying to de-stress a little bit. Stress does not bode well with nerves. So when I have nerve pain, if I'm stressed, it makes the pain worse. It's also what can bring on shingles, which is probably why I caught it in the first place, or why it woke up, because it's dormant in anybody who has had chickenpox. So my amount of stress woke the virus up. Trying to do things to decompress. Stay a little more stress-free. You did? I'm so sorry to hear that, Mr. J. Yeah, Lumi really wants up on that windowsill. He likes to be, he knows where the sun comes from. He knows there's a window there. He wants to sit next to it. He really enjoyed, I brought him to work with me the last couple days and sat him on the door of my car next to the window. He loved that. He just basked in the sun, looked out the window. So now he wants to be up on that windowsill. Because earlier today the sun was streaming in. He wasn't even basking under his light. He was basking in the actual sun. I'm so sorry to hear that, Mr. J. That's so sad. I lost my rat last week, and my very first one, and that to me is devastating. With a dog, it's that much worse because you've had that much more time with them. I have a friend that just lost their dog too. He was a German Shepherd and he was only 3 years old, but he was very sick. Some inherited diseases he had. He just wasn't well, so they decided that it was best not to be selfish and make him suffer. He was having a lot of seizures. He couldn't gain any weight. He was very skinny. So they're grieving the loss of their dog. He was a sweet dog. I knew him, so very sad. I hope you hear me okay, because I'm not right next to my phone since it's on Lumi. My phone tends to pick up sound better than my laptop, which is why I don't have my mic on my laptop, just have it on my phone. Oh, good. Yeah. So yeah, it's never easy to lose pets, and then even where I work, like today, we're getting new animals in, and 2 of our dogs are transferring out. So one of them we've had for 3 months, and we get attached, and she's leaving today. So, and when that doesn't happen, it's just that they sell, and we got to say bye to them. Hey, Lumi, what are you doing? He's gotten so big, guys. He's doubled in size since I got him. I compared him yesterday to the baby beardies we have, and he's so much bigger than them, but that's how big he was when I got him. So he's growing quickly. In 4 weeks, basically. I got him a month ago on the 4th. So crazy how fast they grow. Yeah, Lexi did, Zach, on Saturday. Saturday was her birthday, and yeah, she passed away later that day. I spent the day with her. She played outside. I did post a memorial video the same day, I believe. Yeah, it was her second birthday on Saturday, and she passed away later in the day after having a bunch of fun with me. So it was a bittersweet day. I had fun with her, had fun hanging out with her, spending time with her, and then was heartbroken when she passed away later. I'm going to be looking into, I asked a friend of mine who works at the vet clinic how much it is to cremate, because I would like to cremate her. In the past, we've buried our pets in the backyard, but we've run out of space, kind of like along the back fence. We've run out of space, and I don't want to just dispose of her, so I want to find out how much it is for cremating her. See if I can manage to do that. She was a good rat. Very first one that I had. It's definitely hard losing pets. No, I wasn't for a while myself just because life was getting in the way. But I need to do more stuff for me, like um, like what I'm doing now. Like I'm coloring. I want to get back to my gardening, but it's uh, it's been crazy busy with being short staffed at work. I've got more hours than I've ever had, and I need to cut back. One, because my husband has a new job where I barely see him, so I want to be able to be available to see him when he's around, which means cutting hours at work. And on top of that, now with all the pain I'm dealing with, the physical pain I'm dealing with, I want to cut back as well. And then I can work on my own mental health and my relationship and all of that. But they need to hire some people at work so that I can cut back. Apparently today somebody is interviewing for uh, my position so that I can hand the reins over a little bit once she's trained. Which will be nice for me. I plan on only working like Fridays and Saturdays. And I don't even mind if I work all day those days. It'll still be a nice paycheck. Um, that I can use for whatever. And I'll still have my discount for feeding all of my brood. And getting their supplies and stuff. Like yesterday, I had to buy another bulb for Lumi because his burnt out. Oh yeah, like I thought seriously of all the days on her birthday, on her, and I had bought her a cookie. It's a dog cookie, but it was covered in yogurt, it's a little donut, and I was gonna let her. She had a little nibble on it while I was buying it, and I was gonna let her have it when we got home and everything, and then I never got a chance to give it to her. So I'll either keep it and it can be like in her memory box or something, although it is a cookie. Or I'll just break it into pieces and let the other girls enjoy it in her honor. I'm really hoping I'll be able to swing getting her cremated. Oh yeah, I have an account for that, but I'm hardly ever over there, so I don't even remember my own login information. Which is what happens with other things too. Like I have a Twitter account that I don't know how to log into anymore. DLive I don't know how to log into anymore because I'm not over there enough. I don't use it enough to remember. So it just kind of falls to the wayside and I forget. You like it over there? I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard people like it over there. I've heard other people don't like it over there. So I don't know. Heard kind of some mixed reviews on that. I'm happy with where I'm at. And I did lose a bunch of hours, and so I'll have to build all that up again. I lost a bunch of people. I lost a bunch of hours. So I just got to build that back up. I don't even care if I ever get monetized. I just want to be able to stream mobily. I want to be able to stream mobily and have a community tab. I don't even care about the super chat thing. I just want to be able to stream mobile. My biggest thing. You prefer it there? I might have to just create a whole new account or something, or try and figure out my old information. I don't remember it. You're gonna stream over there? I think that was the biggest complaint that I've heard from some people is the stream, how you need like a secondary app or something to stream with that. You can't just do it straight from DLive. Unless that's changed, I don't know. Well, cool. If I can figure out my login information, I'll come and visit. It's not that much different. Well, I guess everybody has their own preferences, and like I said, I've heard mixed reviews, but that's just going to be based on people's perspectives. I really don't want to go to work tonight, guys. It's gonna be busy, crazy, because it's Friday. People are gonna be rude. Uh, oh, so it's only if you're streaming from your phone you gotta use StreamYards? Like when if you're using a laptop and you do it from straight from DLive? I have no idea. Do you need a certain number of people or whatever? I thought you didn't, but again, it's been a while, so I have no idea. I created myself a TikTok, whatever, but you need 1,000 subscribers to stream there too. I think I've got like 84. Lumi, where'd you go? Lumi! You're hiding from everybody. I'm almost finished this picture that I'm working on. It's a color by number. That's nice. Yeah, that hasn't changed with you two. Definitely has not changed. I have to buy feeders today for all my snakes. More crickets for Lumi. I just bought crickets the other day for my tarantula, so he's all good. He does not eat very often. Nice! On YouTube, Mr. J? You don't need followers to stream. That's nice. That's kind of like Instagram. You can stream on Instagram whenever. I just found that your streams don't stay. Like once they're up, they stay for a certain amount of time and then they're gone again. I think I used the streaming feature on Instagram once. Very nice. Yeah, I've struggled. I got as high as like 890, I believe, or 880, something like that, way back. I had all my watch hours and I was at 880 or whatever, and then kind of fell away and I lost a lot of the subscribers. So now I was like eight something, like very low. Now I'm back up to like 824 or whatever it is. But my watch time has drastically, I lost like 3,000, over 3,000 hours. So I've got lots to catch back up on. I didn't mind doing it on Instagram. I just don't like that it doesn't stick around. And it's up for like what, 12 to 24 hours and then it disappears. But unless I mean, it doesn't have to stick around, I guess. If people watch it live or watch it within that 24-hour period um, afterwards, and then it doesn't have to stick around anymore. Snooze, you lose. You don't get to see it. That's true. That's true. I've got a whole different quote unquote fan base on Instagram. I have a lot of personal friends on there, not just YouTube. I do have YouTube people on there, but I have a lot of personal friends on there as well. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I haven't seen Mandy for a while. How is she doing? Do you know? Mandy Mixed Media? I haven't seen her in ages. Granted, when I was missing from YouTube, I was truly missing from YouTube and I wasn't watching anything either. But now that I've been back around, I haven't seen her. So I was just curious. For D Live, you mean, Zach? Yeah. Makes sense. She has a new channel now, so it's not Mandy Mixed Media anymore. I know she's got a paranormal channel, right? But did she start another crafting one? I'll have to locate her. No, that's not too bad. They don't stick around forever like on YouTube, though, is what you're saying. Kind of like Instagram, but for a little longer than Instagram. Okay, yeah, I think I knew about that one. Although I don't know if I actually subscribe to it or not. If I haven't seen, if she's been doing things, I haven't seen it. So I might have to double check. Or I did subscribe and they unsubscribed me or something. You never know. Well, hello again, Crystal. We had a bit of a crisis earlier. After a while, I had to stop my stream. I was already on for an hour, but I had to stop the stream because the dog knocked over the rat cage, and the rat cage was open, and one of the rats went missing. And there was a question up in the like everybody else was accounted for and okay after their cage toppled over, but we were missing a body and had no idea where she was. And she happened to be, it wasn't Shiloh, it was her sister Irina, um, who was also blind. And we had no idea where she was. If the dog got to her and killed her or dragged her off somewhere, we had no idea. Took a little bit, but we did locate her and she's okay. Thank goodness, because Irina happens to belong to my son, but he left her here for Shiloh's sake and for Irina's sake, not to separate them. And I was dreading having to call him and tell him that she was missing or dead. But now I don't have to tell him. Yeah, that's a good idea, Zach. So yeah, exciting morning trying to locate the rat that, was going to be scared and hiding and not being able to see her surroundings, was probably not going to come out. So we were like, huh, we're never going to find her. But we did, we found her. She was actually in the basement, which is apparently where I like to find all my animals, my snake, my rat. But I think what she did was find a hole in the wall and popped out in the basement from there because she would have had to get across the floor to the basement, avoiding the dog that she can't see. So I think that must have been what she did, was go into the wall. I am too. I am too. I was panicking a little bit. I was like, I don't see any blood anywhere, but no sign of her. And I was like, how are we going to lure her out when she can't see? She's not going to be very, like, not knowing her surroundings. She wasn't going to be that eager to be, like, appearing out of nowhere. She was scaling the wall, like, walking along the wall in the basement on the floor, using the wall as a guide. And then she didn't run for me. She heard me, and when I got my hand in front of her and she sniffed me, she didn't run away because she knows me and knows I'm, recognizes my smell, recognizes my voice, and I'm the safe place. So she didn't run off, which was good. And I just picked her up and walked back to the cage with her. Yeah, the basement must be the place to go. Because I was like, well, let's check the basement. And I walked down the stairs and I was like, there she is, out in the open. I was like, woo, I feel better. I'm still impressed that she managed to avoid the dog, and I'm impressed that the other rats didn't leave the cage. I mean, Shiloh climbed up and was sitting on the top of it, like, because the bottom of the cage that was wide open was face up. Like, it was on the top. The bottom became the top, and Shiloh was sitting outside the cage on top of it. Everybody else was inside still, but oh, I'm just glad nobody got hurt when it toppled over. And this is why the dog should not be jumping against it. She goes crazy that she wants to, quote unquote, play with the rats. And she used all her weight and pushed it over. Normally, the rats aren't in the living room where she can go. But the other cage, their main cage, is being cleaned. So they're in that temporarily. And apparently, the dog driving her crazy. All right, Zach. You're going to be on D Live streaming? Is that Monday and Tuesdays you're streaming, or you're just over there? Nice. Good luck with that, Zach. Oceanic Moonbeams, hello, welcome. I think Bloomy's wondering where the sun went because he's trying to bask. He's up on the plant there trying to bask, but his basking light is on the other side. There. Tuesday will be your very first stream. Well, good luck. If I can figure out how, like I said, to figure out my login information, I may try and get in there. Although I'd also have to locate you. Oh, Jules! I'm wondering if I knew that already. Did I know that already and I just had a brain fart? It's a back and forth process, Jules. I'm still dealing with a lot of nerve pain. So working has been really uncomfortable this week. I bought some lidocaine spray that I'm going to try. I tried it last night and it seemed to work a little bit. Not perfectly, but I think it helped. So I think I'm just going to bring the can with me when I go to work and spray it on the areas where I'm having the pain. And maybe that'll help ease it some while I'm working. Okay, yeah, do that, Zach. And I will see if I can find you. Yeah, that's fine. How are you doing, Jules? I know you've been under the weather too. The only thing that the doctor had given me was antiviral meds and the prednisone, but I finished that over the weekend. But I may have to actually talk to the doctor again about a nerve pain med because yeah, it's been like the other day on my back where my rash had been, it actually felt like I was being stung by a bee. You know, like it would just get really painful and then it would go away and then it would come back again and it was awful. Yeah, and the Beardy, I got him about a month ago, a little bit. He's already doubled in size since I got him. I got him May 4th. So he was tinier than that when I got him, and he still looks tiny to me, but I brought him to work with me yesterday and compared him to the size of our new baby Beardies, and he's huge compared to them. And it's funny because that's how little he was when I got him. And one of my coworkers was there when I got him, so I had showed him to him. I'm like, do you remember when I got him, right? And he was like, yeah. And I pulled him out. I said, look at him. And he was like, oh my gosh, he's grown a lot. Okay, I will write that down so I don't forget. Oh no. I'm sorry you're still dealing with a UTI. Prayers that you get better. It's no fun being sick. Yeah, I love him. He's such a good boy. He likes to hang out and like he'll hang out on my shoulder and just sit there. He actually, when I'm sitting in the car, I'll take him out of the couch and he'll sit on me, or he'll sit. He loves to, the sun's shining into the car. He likes to bask in the sun on the console and on my door, like next to my window. He likes to sit on the door beside the window and bask there and look outside. And he's so funny. All right, yeah, I'll write it down and then I'll search you out. Let's see, piece of paper and pen. And then I'll see if I can remember how to log in. Because it's not gonna matter unless I can look without being logged in. Maybe I can find you without being logged in too. And Jules, yeah, meet Zach. Zach used to be around a lot before I met you. He was at every live stream. Um, Very good supportive channel. And then he'd been missing for probably a good year. I think it's been a good year or so, or more, a year and a half, that he'd been missing, and now he's back. And it's good to have him back. Yeah, he's more of a supportive channel on YouTube than a content channel. But he does, he's going to start streaming and stuff on D Live, which I have to remember my login information for because I created an account ages ago and then I never go to it, so I don't remember how to get in. I'll have to figure it out. Well, it makes my day that you came. I gotta work in a little bit, so I'm gonna have to go soon. I'm gonna have to go and get some lunch, and then I work until 8. I start at 3. And it's a little after 1 now, but and then we close at 8, so I'll probably be home by 9. And then I don't know, I'll probably be on YouTube somewhere after that, depending on who's on. Yesterday I hung out over at Noni Mae's, her channel, and they were cracking me up. I was listening mostly. I was coloring and I was listening and laughing, which I needed because I've been stressed. It's all good, Zach. It's all good. I don't hold a grudge. Yeah, I'm actually looking, Jules, to cut my hours and actually not just while I deal with the pain, but permanently. With my husband's new job, he's never here. And when he is around, I want to be able to be home. And he's not ever even necessarily going to be at home. He'll just be on site at a different location for work, but still near enough that I could drive to go and see him. Um, but I have to have, that time off from work in order to do that. Um, so I'm looking to, and he makes better money than his previous job, which is why I can cut back on mine because it won't hurt us. Um, and then I can still work, but cut my hours back drastically and then have time for myself. I can get back into gardening. I can get back into crafting. I could see my husband when he's close by. Um, just work on my mental health and stuff like that too. Yeah, I haven't seen him very much. I saw him I saw him twice in May. He was home for like a day. So twice I saw him, and then he was home for the weekend while I had shingles. But because I had shingles and he'd never had chicken pox, I was very contagious to him. So he slept downstairs in the living room while I was up in the bedroom. I couldn't even hug him the whole time he was here, and now he's gone again until he left 2 weeks ago. Um, no, a week ago ish, week and a half ago, I guess. And I guess Monday will be 2 weeks. Monday will be 2 weeks that he's left, that he's been gone, and he won't be back until after Father's Day. So, yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough. But, and then Ian moved out. So, my baby's gone. He came by yesterday for a little bit, though, to say hi. But he lives 45 minutes away now, so now I have to, it's a planned visit when I see him. Yes, it is very much. Very mental health is very important. And it's been stressful at home and it's been stressful at work, which is probably why I got shingles in the first place. Too much stress. All right. I will look into that, Zach. Yes. Well, it's not as empty as it should be. Now that he's moved out, my stepson is still here. Um, and that's part of the stress, to be honest with you. I don't want to talk too loud. I don't want to talk too loud because I don't want him to hear me. But that's part of the stress. But yeah, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I'm proud of Ian though. I miss him, but I'm very, very proud of him, how hard he's working. He's working full time at his job. He just bought himself a car. Um, I co-signed for it, so technically it's my car. But I trust him not to screw me over. And the only reason he needed a co-signer was because otherwise he would have needed to put $3,000 down, which he didn't have. He was just shy of $3,000. So he needed a co-signer, and he still put a good amount of money down. It is. It is. he's still not working, so, and not helping a lot, which is frustrating too, but it'll hopefully get better. I've been not giving up, not giving up hope on that. It's stressful when I gotta be the one that deals with it because I'm the only one here, you know? Right, yeah. Ian didn't have a credit card or a credit score either. Told him to get a credit card and do things like get gas, and then pay it off, or buy food and then pay it off, even if he's got the money for it, just so that he can build up his credit. But since he didn't have credit, he would have had to put $3,000 down or have a co-signer. So I was like, that's fine, I can do that for you. I trust you. He got a 2010 Pontiac G6 or something like that. Very nice car. So he did good. He did good. It only had two owners, and the first owners only had it for, they actually were leasing it for 8 months when it was brand new. And then the second owner loaned it for the rest of the time. So for 10 years. And it has 51,000 miles on it. All right, Zach. Have a great day. It's good to see you. Oh, yeah. It's rough. I'm hanging in there, though. This too shall pass. Right? Yeah. Like I told him, don't spend all willy-nilly with it and then be all in debt from that. But just like, even if you have the money, use it. I did that with when I didn't have any credit. I just got a credit card that had a very low balance on it, or like a little limit on it, and then got gas or bought a snack or whatever that I, would put on there, and then just pay it off immediately. And when I went through my divorce, it was funny because my ex tried to stick me with, he stuck me with that credit card and, whatever. And I was like, fine, I'll take that credit card debt. There's a zero balance on the card. It's, you're not gonna hurt me. hopefully I can drop my hours. I already let the manager know what I wanted to do, and he wants me to hang in for a couple more weeks just because we need to hire in somebody else to work my position and get trained. So I'm gonna have to stick it out for a little bit. They are interviewing somebody today, if they haven't already, for my position that is willing to work full time, so she can take all my hours, except I want like Friday and Saturday. I'll do Friday and Saturday, and she can have all the rest of it if she wants it. I will not complain. Oh, it didn't bother me at all because I had paid, it was my credit card in the first place, so I kind of expected that. But he thought that he was going to stick me with that because he thought there was money owed on it, and there wasn't because I had already paid it off. It was a done deal. There was a zero debt on that card. So I was like, all right, haha, joke's on you. But he also stuck me with my parents had paid off his credit card debts when we were married, just to kind of help out. But he was supposed to pay them back, and it was like $5,000. He was supposed to pay them back. It was part of the agreement he signed, and in the divorce, he stuck me with that. And it wasn't that because he was like, they're not going to make you pay that back. So he thought, it doesn't hurt anybody. Well, it hurts my parents because they paid off his debt, and then he got out of it free and clear, and he's not paying them back. You know. So yeah, it didn't hurt me, but it hurt my parents because they're not getting their money. That they were nice enough to get him out of because he was stupid with his money. So that was a bummer. Yeah, there was no balance on it. So I was like, okay, I'll take that debt. But yeah, he did stick me with what he owed my parents. So that was very uncool of him. But yeah, as soon as I can cut my hours at work, I'm going to cut my hours at work. They know that I'm not just trying to, screw them over. They know that I'm dealing with the pain. They know that my husband is never home. So I have a valid reason for it. We just lost so many people and we're short staffed that, if I were to just do it now, I would be screwing them all over, and I don't want to do that to them. So it just has to happen quick. Yeah. Anyway, I was on an hour earlier, and then had a crisis with the rats and the dog. So I had to end that, and I fixed the crisis. Crisis was averted. Now I've been on for another hour and almost a half. So I need to get moving because it is 1:30. I need to get myself ready for work, clean up and everything. Remy's gonna want out of the cage. She's gonna have free run of the room while I'm at work. Yeah, you're bobbing your head. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna come out of here. And then I'm off to work. Yeah, I even my current husband was like, we'll pay them for, we'll pay them that. And I'm like, well, my parents said, you know, he doesn't have to pay them. It wasn't his debt, but he knows that they got screwed over. We owe them money too, from years ago when they helped us when our car exploded when we were on our way to pick up my stepdaughter. Um, the car broke down and they helped us with a hotel stay and a rental car and all of that, which we still need to pay them back for. So in the process of doing that, he's just going to pay them extra that'll help with what they got screwed over on. Yeah, I love the people I work with, and they all call me mom. A lot of them call me mom because I'm old enough to be their mom. But yeah. So anyway, have a great day, everybody, and I will talk with you guys later. It's good to see you, Jules. Bye, everybody.